Hey guys, my room is a mess this week. I just got back from Vegas, everything from the road trip. I've got a basket of clean laundry, a basket of dirty laundry. The place is destroyed. I've got a bucket of cheese balls on the floor. I really need to clean my room before I do more videos. I'm doing this one now because this one's important to me. Earlier this week I went to a funeral. It was a family funeral. It's actually, I haven't been to a family funeral before, that I remember at least. And for this one, I actually didn't know that the person who we were having the funeral for existed until I found out that he had passed. My cousin had a miscarriage. He wasn't able to make it. At first, I'd gotten the news and it sounded like it was rough. I was okay when I first heard it. It didn't hit that hard, and I wanted to talk about why really quick. It wasn't just like a heartless type of thing. The reason it didn't is because the majority of the world has a very different view on kids, and especially infant funerals, that my family does. A lot of different people in a lot of different religions and faiths and cultures and whatever else believe that infants, when they die, if they die without baptism, go to hell or go to purgatory. They're damned, essentially. When going over this, it just doesn't make sense that that would be a thing. The infant hasn't made any wrong choices. He didn't make any mistakes. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't sin. He couldn't sin. The mom didn't do anything wrong. I mean, she's done everything she could, especially in this case, everything she could to make sure he made it into the world all right. So if it's not her fault and it's not his fault, how on earth is God going to say he's just, punishing that kid for all time and eternity, and therefore his mom knowing that he's being punished? Kids are pure. They're straight from heaven. They're straight from God, and they can't sin. They're physically incapable of it. And I knew that he was with God and he was cool. For that reason, I didn't expect to cry. I didn't think I would. I'd cry if I hadn't lost my tear ducts in the war, but not crying, I'll have to wait. I was wrong. I misjudged the situation. I definitely did cry. I sobbed like a baby through that service. There was not a dry eye in the room. What I didn't realize is that it still is a sad thing in that it just messes with our plans. We thought we were going to have him right now. We thought he was going to be with us and we were going to get to see him grow and just be with him. That was the plan, and that didn't happen, which is hard. And when my Aunt Kimmy got up to speak, his grandma, she got up and she talked about how much she was going to miss him, even though she hadn't really met him. And I still haven't met him. I gotta say, the little casket got me. It was just too small to be a casket. That one started to tug at my heartstrings, and the thing that really got to me is when his dad got up and spoke. Talked about how sad he was that little Braden wasn't there with him, like at that moment, at that second, that he couldn't hold him, that he couldn't be with him, and how sad they both were. And what it made me think of is a story one of my really good friends told me a little while back, actually a long time ago, and I'm gonna butcher the story. I don't remember all the details. I remember the gist of it though, and it really got me here, like feels. What it was his daughter years and years ago, and she wasn't an infant, she was probably toddler. I'd say, I think in between 3 and 8, but I'm not sure. And she was sick, and I don't know what it was with or what the procedure was. Things were getting more and more bleak as the situation went on. His daughter was getting worse, and this last procedure that they were doing was really not looking good. It was looking like the odds were not in their favor as far as her pulling through it at all. He had prayed and fasted. All of their family had prayed and fasted and done everything that they could think to do to ask for a miracle here. In this last operation that was happening, he went and prayed and said, Lord, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. I've done everything that I can think to do. I've done everything that I can possibly imagine. I can't do anymore. We've gotten every bit of medical help we can get. I've done everything spiritually that I know to do. I have nothing left. Please help my daughter. And he prayed. He talked about his desperation as he hit a turning point in this prayer. And he said something to the extent of, Lord, if she goes, I will miss her so much. She won't be here with me, and I know she's going with you, but I'm going to miss her. And at that moment, he heard something in his head. Just the words came to him, saying something to the extent of, did you ever think that I would miss her too? And he said, at that moment, I remembered that she's his daughter as much, if not more, than she's mine. That he had to send her here. It was probably a similar experience for him. Do you ever think that I miss her too? I want her here too. At that moment, he was able to let go and say, Lord, if it's thy will, if it's thy plan for her, for this to happen, thy will be done. I won't be happy about it, but we'll go with that. His daughter ended up pulling through, and I'm so happy she did. That story gives me a lot of comfort, though, especially with this, because I know that as sad as we are, again, there wasn't a dry eye in the room of the individuals that were over 5 years old. Which there were a lot that were under 5 years old, but we're not going to talk about them right now. They were there, and they were adorable, but anyways. I know that all those feelings that we had, missing him, the longing to see him, the longing to be with him and watch him grow and all this other stuff, the Lord had those same emotions about him, that he didn't want him to go. He didn't want to lose him. He didn't want to have to wait. None of us like to wait. Can't imagine the Lord's terribly thrilled to have us away from home for so long. I know that if he can wait to see us, then we can wait to see him, and that we can wait to see little Braden again. I can wait to tease him about girls and whatever else when he starts getting older. All that stuff is still going to happen. We're just going to have to wait for it, and I'm okay with that. One of the things that got me most is Jade, his dad, when he got up to speak. He was the last one to speak, and at the end of his speech talk thing, he played the song I Can Only Imagine by Mercy Me, and he said, I wish I was blessed with the gift of singing. If I were, I would sing this song, but I'm not, so I'm going to play it for you guys, because it's got a new meaning to me now. That moment really got me. So I'm just going to show some pictures from the service. I'm going to play that song, because whether or not I can sing, I do, and I'm going to sing it, and maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be terrible, but I'm going to do it anyways, as a tribute to little Braden. This video is for him, this video is for his family, and I'm going to do that now, so I don't cry more on screen.
I can only imagine what it will be like when I walk by your side. I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in all of you be still? Will I stand in your presence? To my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak it all? I can only imagine. I can only